Hey, everybody, this is your boy, John Patrick, and I am so excited to be here this morning. Dope morning, everybody. And I hope your morning has kicked off to a great start. And this podcast today is going to be better than that shot of espresso at Starbucks. So I am hoping you are ready to kick off your morning great with me and the guest for today. So just a couple of preliminary things. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you don't mind stopping right now, going out there, clicking on that subscribe button. And while you're there, click on the notification button and then also click on that like. So this video will get shared with other people just like you. And if you are on the go, of course, you can listen to the podcast on the go. It is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, of course. So one of the last things here, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram, both the Dope Ass Dude podcast and our guest tonight, Munchee Man. You can follow this cat. You can follow him out on TikTok and Twitter. He is Munchee_man on Instagram and Twitter, Munchee_man. And on TikTok, he is Munchee on the run. This guy is an extraordinary guy. I have been following him for I think about a couple of months now. And when I tell you, you can feel his energy through his page. He always posts positive content, and I am definitely inspired by him. And he's from New York, so he has that New York accent, and it's kind of thick. So, hey, I love it. So when you hear him, it is going to be amazing. This is about to kick off your day in a great way. So let's go ahead and bring him on out. Munchee Man, what's going on, man?
What's going on, What's going on? How you doing? Good morning, everybody.
I am amazing. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing okay. Just freshening up for the day and everything. Popping my collar and all. What's up?
So how are things there in New York? How's the weather there?
The weather's cool, man. It's letting them down now, for just for a little while. But I just heard that that smoke condition is coming back, and that's not good. That's really
Oh,
not
wow.
good because a lot of people out here, they can't see for enough as it is. And a lady, she got hit by a bus last time that happened, that smoke happened. So
Oh, wow.
hopefully nobody don't get hit by no cars or buses. Everybody got to see, because this smoke is thick.
We hope y'all don't get hit because you guys cannot drive in New York. Y'all cannot drive.
Nah, I can drive. It's just everybody else around me that can't drive. I can drive.
That's what they say too. So tell us a little bit
That's
about
what everybody
yourself.
says.
Tell us about yourself, man.
Well, I'm a simple guy, normal guy. Surprisingly, a lot of people find me very, very intimidating, and I really just don't know why. I go out, I go to work, I eat, I do human things just like everybody else. What is it about me that people find intimidating? I can't even find it for myself. I do know why, but I just can't see why people can be so intimidating just by someone who just shines in their own light and that's just being themselves. Why can't you be yourself? And I kind of know the answer to that too. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, and he's
You know.
saying he's this like normal guy, this laid back guy. This guy's not normal and he is not laid back. He is like when you go and you check him out, like I say, his videos, his whole energy is so inspirational. And I love it because that feeds me. That keeps me
Mhm.
going just watching other people do that. So what part of New York are you from?
I'm in Brooklyn. Been in Brooklyn all my life. All my life.
Nice. Nice. So I was just there in New York last July. I was there for actually for my 50th birthday. And while I was there, I got a chance to see the Tina musical. And I think they shut
Oh,
it
okay.
down like in August. So I was so glad I was able to see it before
Yeah.
they closed it down. So I do have a question for you. Have you seen it? Were you able to see it
Mm,
before it shut down?
no, I haven't seen it. Let me tell you, the last Broadway show I saw was The Lion King over 20 years ago, and nobody has taken me since. So I haven't been like really interested in really the Broadway plays, you know. But I do enjoy show every now and then, but I just haven't got a chance to see Broadway.
Yeah. Oh wow. So so is Broadway kind of like a tourist thing, because normally when others come to New York, that's one thing we want to see. Everybody want to see a Broadway musical or something like that. But does New Yorkers,
Yeah.
do you guys go to them all the time, or is that just for us pretty much?
Well, yeah, it's mostly like the tourist people. Like I'm not gonna hold you. Like there are a lot of things here in New York that I would like to, enjoy and like to see. Like the Statue of Liberty. I still never been to the Statue of Liberty and I would still like to go. Like there's a
Wow.
lot of New York, there's a lot of people here that's never been to certain points or famous landmarks of New York.
Wow, wow, that is pretty cool. So I've been to the Statue of Liberty, I think twice. When I was there a couple of times, I went to it like twice or whatever, and it is a great experience. It's a great
Mhm.
experience. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's interesting, but it's the same way with Dallas. It's a lot of things here in Dallas that are landmarks. Like I've never gone to the JFK where he was assassinated. I've never gone and done that tour and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of things. I guess when you live in a place, it's not as interesting as it is to others.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Tina musical, did you see Patti LaBelle's tribute to Tina on the BET Awards?
I did not see it, but I heard that, she messed that up. She totally messed that up. And Patty, she's always the one that wanna outsing everybody. Like, Patty, sit down. Sit down, Patty. Like just a little bit. We know who you are and we know you're a legend, but come on, let us hear everybody else, not just you.
I did not watch the show, but my I heard so much about it. I went and found it on YouTube, and I
Mm,
was able to watch it. It was bad. I mean, like
yeah.
really, really bad. She was not in the right key singing it. She didn't know the words, and I get it. She's 79, so you do have to extend some grace to her for
Well, don't
not.
they have rehearsal before award shows? Don't they have sound checks and all of that stuff? Don't
Yeah,
no,
but
we not.
she said she couldn't see the teleprompters to read the words.
What was she singing?
Simply the best. Tina Turner song "Simply the
And
Best."
you in all these years that y'all done rub elbows, saw each other in rooms, award shows, you never learned that lady song, really?
No, she didn't learn it because she was pretty bad, man. She was like really, 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 really bad.
If we are all really about sisterhood and brotherhood and coming together, like at least learn the woman's song before you came out there. Like you didn't need the teleprompter. How old is that song? And how long you been in rooms with her through all these years since that song has been out?
Yeah, well, she's catching a lot of heat for it though. I mean, because the internet they started slamming her bad, like really, really bad, really, really bad. So I feel kind of bad for her because they slammed her bad.
Mm.
So
But I still
okay,
love you, Patty. I still love you.
yeah, we still love you, Patty. But next time,
Hmm.
before you go on stage and agree to do a tribute to somebody, learn their
Learn the
music.
history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's all.
So let me ask you this here, Munchie. Do you be sliding, slipping and sliding up in DMs?
um, Not really. That happens to me like every so often. And now that I'm in a relationship, now I gotta curb those little slip-ins because even before I started dating them, like I would like curve them because I wasn't sure about really like just meeting because I don't just meet any old body.
Right.
Sometimes I gotta feel a vibe through a page or through how you text me, like you know.
Yeah, because you're a brand. I mean, you're branding yourself, so you definitely have to be careful with, who you
Right.
entertain and all this other kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because the internet is not your
Exactly.
friend. So yeah, you're
Right.
branding yourself. So okay, so when someone does pop up in your DM, how would you prefer that they approach you?
Um, hello, handsome, or hello, how you doing? I know you don't know me, but I saw your page, and you look like a cool dude, so I just want to say what's up.
Okay, just that simple. So you okay with handsome?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because like,
Sexy, or yeah, just a little simple.
oh, so you okay with sexy too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Straight out the
Yeah.
gate?
Straight out the gate. Yeah.
Well, that's where the age
I mean,
difference
I
is
get him.
coming to play.
I get him anyway. So I can't. I don't want to just blow him or her off like they call me sexy. No, that's too. No, just, thank you.
Okay, so a
Yeah.
munchie is saying, "Hey, I know I'm sexy, so hey, yeah, you could just go ahead and
Right.
confirm it for me."
Right. You know.
Okay, I got you. So okay,
Mhm.
because so last week the guest Julie, she was on and she was saying that guys show up in her DM and they're like, "Hey, beautiful, hey, queen," and I think
Mhm.
well, Julie was a little bit older than you, and I think that was little it puts. It's a little put off for her. It puts her off a little bit because it's like, and I even feel the same way when people come into your DM, they don't know if you're married. They don't know if you have kids. So,
Mhm.
handsome and beautiful can be offensive to someone who's in love with their spouse or their partner or something like that.
Mhm.
So we kind of agreed on that. But you say you're pretty cool with that. Do you think that is a millennial thing, your generation thing, that you guys don't think much of that anymore?
Well, as far as I know, I just know it's a me thing. So I mean, anyone else? I mean, how else is someone supposed to approach you when they message your DM? Hey friend, can't say friend, they don't know you, or hey cool. What are they supposed to say? Like hello, because when you see someone, presentation is the body, right? When you see the person, so that's gonna intrigue you to want to say something. Unless you just a profile with just a voice, like hey, excuse me, you got a nice voice. I don't know what you look like, but you got a nice voice. But yet, I see your face first.
Okay, so okay, yeah, let's talk about that. So, okay, somebody show up in your DM. When is it okay? When do you give your like telephone number, or when do you think it's okay to give out your telephone number? How long should they wait?
Um, well, those I've gave out my telephone numbers to, that has hit me up in my DMs, and we're still like, friends. We hit each other here and there and stuff like that. We would talk at least maybe a month before, like, hey, we've been talking so long on Twitter, let's exchange numbers. So you let that wear out until it's like, hey, let's just exchange numbers. We've been talking for so long.
A month?
Yeah.
Really?
Because
But
I'm someone that's like, well, it could be longer than a month sometimes. It depends on the person. Because I respond back depending on if we're having good conversation.
if I had to wait
So
a month, I'd be out of there. I'd be like, oh no, I ain't got time to be doing all of this in a month.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's how sometimes you got to really scope people out. And maybe, sometimes I'd be like, maybe that's the problem with people because they do it too soon. And
Okay.
you're not fully filling the person out. Not to say that I'm perfect and I choose the best people in the world, but that's just how diligent I am with who I meet.
Wow. Okay, so because a month seems like a long time because and you and I talked a little bit about this before we kicked off, but I kind of believe your generation changed the way dating is now. So like and just like you said, a month, like back in the day, you go out, you get somebody's telephone number right then.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait a month. You talk, it speeds up the process. You get it on
Yeah.
Saturday night. Next
Yeah.
Friday, you going out on a date, because the
Hmm.
process is a little bit quicker because you're talking on the phone.
Right.
DMing somebody, you got to wait until they get off work. If they that type of person, wait till they get off work before they respond. So what
Hmm.
normally could happen in a 15-minute conversation takes 3 days in the DM.
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, it's worked for me, and there's people that I might have met or talked to on the phone, or still never even met in person to this day. But I'm like, I'm not. I guess I'm just just very careful with just who I meet and who I choose to,
Yeah, yeah.
spend a lot of my time with. Who I plan on spending like, what, this person's cool. I think I may go chill with them and spend some time with them to fill them out.
Okay,
So.
and I guarantee you, it's a lot of people 40 and above talking about a month. What, what is he talking about a month? I wouldn't even wait around.
Hey, if you're serious about, like if you don't want no foolery, you don't want no bullshit, you want some pure love and generosity,
Okay,
that's
okay,
that's that's me.
and I love your approach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, when I compare generations, like I said, the way we used to do it, like I said, you meet somebody on a Friday at the club,
Hmm.
that following week you're going on a date, because you talk pretty much every day back then. But the funny thing,
Right.
and the reason I say your generation has changed the way dating goes now, because I see people of all ages, everybody hops on text. So let's
Hmm.
say Cincinnati meet and DM, and they exchange number. They want to talk on Snapchat.
Yeah.
They want to, because it's like they'll say, well, do you have Snapchat, before they give you their telephone number? And I'm just like, people, we live in 2023. You get them your Snapchat name, they can find out your address. They can find, all they have to do is Google you and just search a little
Hmm.
bit harder. So why do you think it's it's that way now, where people would rather go through social media than give you their telephone number?
Because people get comfortable. They get comfortable with only just wanting to see the person and not really be around them. I just want to see what you look like and just keep, stay and following up on your updates on, what you're doing, or how you look today, or how you look tomorrow, or how you look for this holiday and everything. But I really just don't want to meet you like that.
Whoa! I ain't no funny thing. That is a very good point. I never ever thought of it like that. But I guess that is true. You get a chance to be. But isn't that scary? Like, you
It
opening
is.
up your life to them, and they can
It
see
is.
your life.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the thing. Like, it was a part of me that didn't really want to get so enthusiastic with this, because I sat with myself and I was like, yo, this could really blow me up and I could get some, exposure that I thought I could never get. So, if it if it ever so is where I do get that, I know to prepare. I know to get the mindset in now, because I don't want to all of a sudden people know who I am, and I'm like, how do people know who I am? Duh, they've seen you on circuits and things, with you social media and whatnot. So you just gotta be aware. That's all.
Yeah. Now, are you careful with what you post on social media?
Yeah, very careful.
Okay.
Like
And
even with Twitter, like I may post like little pictures of like some skin of myself, but like a lot of these guys, they post they, you know, dicks and everything out. I don't do that. I'm very respectable, on these social media platforms. And I don't expose myself out like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and I know a lot of guys that do that, and they hide their face, they can show their body, but I don't even do that. But I mean, hey, you do what you do. If that's something that puts money in your pocket, which some would do, they do. But I don't know. That's just not my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's very, like, when because you're building your brand, you're building the whole Munchie brand, and that is
Hmm.
so pretty. That's so cool that you're doing that. And a lot of times when people look at your page, well, not your page, I'm just talking in general, someone's page, and they're trying to brand themselves, but you can't tell their brand from the other garbage that they have on there. It's like confusing. It's
Hmm.
no clear branding of this is who you are. This is what I'm offering. This is, my creative. You don't see it. Some people you get a little bit confused in that. Do you like, so what is your process when you post on like social media? Like, what's your criteria for posting a picture or whatever? Like, do you have to be doing your grind, or will you just post something at a picnic, or what do you guys call it now? Kickback.
Well, most of the time it is when I am, on the move or on the go. Like if I'm just home, like it'll be very rarely so. Oh, I may, come out on the stoop, I may post something and stuff. But very much so, it's always just the influence of me just getting out there, just the whole motivation of me waking up, a lot of mornings when I don't want to. And just, once I find it, I just share it.
Wow. So let me ask you this here, because when I see your page, like I said, we post what we want the world to see, So, but how do you constantly, because you always seem like happy and joyful and at peace, like,
Yeah.
so for people that out here, because they're listening to this podcast right now and they're getting ready to go out into the world and for their day, and maybe somebody's listening right now that is not in the best of mood, how do you find that joy that you can go out and, go through your day and kick ass throughout the day,
Well, I mean, it really doesn't take too much, It's just I always tell people like you don't find at least like one good thing about yourself or skill or something that you have like or people that have complimented you on like that should already light you up. I mean, one, it's people. Some people they just act like they don't have not 1 ounce of light in them, like they feel like they can't do anything, and I'm like, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Even some. And the thing with me is that like I love to look at people. People have like looks. I have a thing with looks. Like I just like how people look, and I just feel like there was a guy in the chicken spot next to me, and I was like, I hope you don't take offense to this, but you are really really handsome. You're cute, and he just laughed it off and he said thank you. You know, even to certain people who you wouldn't think like a brother like me would give a compliment to another guy to, like I'm that guy.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, I mean that, okay, so and I know you said find one thing, but what if they've just convinced themselves that there's not anything positive about them? What would you tell them as they go out into the world today?
Then you being here doesn't make sense because the whole purpose of you being here is because there's something here that you're supposed to do. Then you wouldn't be here. Everybody got a purpose that comes to this world. It's just if you find it, but don't second guess or don't doubt that you're just here for nothing. You're here for something.
I love that. I love that you're here for something, for
Yes.
something. And I think a lot of people, a lot of times we want to know what our purpose is. We
Hmm.
want to know what our calling is, and you don't always know what it is. And then sometimes it can change. It can
Yeah.
change based
Yeah.
on where you are in life. And I think that I love how you said find that one thing that you love about yourself. I mean, it could be a dress for the
Hmm.
ladies or whatever. Get up and put that
Yeah.
dress on that every time you see yourself in it, you be like,
Hmm.
damn, I look
Yeah.
good.
Exactly.
Put that
Exactly.
on, that add that
Yeah.
fire to your day.
Hmm.
Okay. So how do you how do you refuel? Because you're constantly giving. So how do you refuel? Because if you keep on giving, you'll deplete yourself. So who inspires you?
Um, I think it's sometimes it could be just life in general. It's like a reciprocated exchange, almost kind of weird, like just give me the experience and just tell me which is what I'm yearning for, and it just comes on back. It just you know
Is this karma paying you back the good? Because karma give
yeah,
back good too.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
karma give
is,
back the good too. Yeah,
it
everything you
is
send out, it comes back to you.
comes on back. Yeah.
It comes
That's
back.
exactly why that's the motive behind why I step forward and do out of love.
Yeah. And do you think that people, because, this is something, another thing that people about to go out into the day. And I think people, we have to be, because I try to be very careful of everything I do for a couple of reasons. I try to be very careful of the things I say and the things I do first, because I know as soon as I send it out, whatever I
Mhm.
send out, the universe stamps my name on it and it's going to find its way back to me. So I know that. So whatever you send out, as soon as it goes out, it's on its way back to you. But then I also have learned that you never know who someone is in your future. You never know who we're meeting. You could just meet someone on the street, and who knows, that may be the person that you go in 3 months later and they're the interviewer for your
Yeah.
job you're trying to get. So you
Right.
never
Right.
know who the
Right.
people are. So I always try to live my life daily in a
Hmm.
manner that I am treating people with kindness and love and grace. There are some people that, and sometimes I feel that they don't deserve it, but I still treat them with that same kindness and grace and love. So is that something you practice as well? Like your daily practice, treating people kind?
Well, for lack of a better word, be the same with everyone. That's what I always tell my friends and everybody that knows me. I am the same with everyone that I encounter on the street, friends, acquaintances. Just being the same with every. If you are yourself, who else can you be with everybody that's around you?
I love that.
You
I
know?
love that. Be the same with everybody. Be the same with
Yeah.
everybody. That's pretty good. So that's a lot of work, because some of us, we bipolar, dab gun near bipolar. We switching
Hmm.
up every minute with our attitudes and stuff. But be the same with everybody.
Be
Be
the
the
same with
same.
everybody.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
Now, was that a
That's all.
hard place for you to arrive at? I mean, is that something? Is that something you've always been,
It
or
was. It was because, before me, coming out and everything, I was afraid to express just my allness because I figured that would expose, who I really am that I didn't want to reveal. There's a lot of people, even kids I grew up with, that expected that, hey, he acts gay or whatever, whatever. But I didn't care after that after a while. But once I came to terms with, okay, well, I like guys and this, that, and the third. Well, that's when it was something just lifted off my shoulders. Like, okay, well, now I can just fully be myself. I don't have to be on guard about, oh, is he might be gay because of, look how he's acting. I don't care. Now it's just, I'm being who I am. I'm not being very flamboyant, but I'm just saying, if it just comes out, whatever. If that's what you see, that's what you see. Yeah, that's what I am. So,
yeah? And I think the greatest strength in the world is when you find who you are and you be who you are and don't worry about what others are going to think or what they're
no.
going to say. Just be the best version of yourself. And I think we
Hmm.
use those words so loosely now. Be the best version of yourself is just something that
Yeah,
seems like we just say,
yeah,
and people have stamped that with what they wear, what they
yeah.
drive, all of that. That has nothing to do with being the best version of
Yeah, I
yourself.
think they should change it to just doing your best.
Yeah. Oh my God. We are at 28 minutes, man. So
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God, I feel like we've been talking for like so long
this is amazing. So, what I am going to ask you to do, Munchie. So, we have people out here that are listening. What
now.
is an encouraging word you can give people to make it through their day and so that they can do their very best? What's a dope message you can give them?
Never, never ignore or doubt the hidden gems. And what I mean by that is, you know, helping somebody, in need just momentarily, like, when you helping somebody, a lady up the stairs with her stroller, or somebody asking for little directions or something like that, you never know what you can get out of that, or just throughout the rest of your day. Because late, you'll talk to your peers, and you'll be like, I met this guy, or I met this lady, or whatever. Because sometimes you don't even think to leave the house, and then when you do leave the house, you encounter someone, and like, okay, well, I never would have met you if I had never left the house. So
Yeah.
that's just my philosophy on life and everything.
Wow. 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 Well, people, like we said earlier, I mean, go and have a dope day. But before you get out of here, do not forget to go follow Munchie on IG and Twitter. On IG and Twitter, he is Munchie_man. On TikTok, he is Munchie on the run. So make
Yeah,
sure you.
I'm trying to get established like Uber and DoorDash. So you're gonna see Munchie stand right next to them. So because I
Yeah,
like
so
to specialize in delivery.
so tell them a little bit about that. Tell them about that because yeah, we didn't talk about that. So Munchie on the Run is your DoorDash delivery thing.
Yeah, that's what I want to make it into. Just I'm just trying to work on getting the resources for that. But I have a few names of people that I want to be a distributor for because I know people that make food and stuff. So I also want to do that too. Branch other people out that's making food and everything. Like I have this one buddy who's a chef, and I also want to showcase chefs as well. So that's gonna come later on.
I love it. And I look forward to your future, man, and seeing you evolve into who you're supposed to be. I'm excited for you, Munchie. You got a bright future ahead of you,
Thank
my
you.
brother. Yes, sir.
Thank you so
So
much.
follow him. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button to get on the YouTube channel and then click on that like button so it can get shared with other people and you share it with your other friends. And like I said, go follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next Wednesday, thank you, Munchie, for being here tonight.
Thank
And
you.
until next Wednesday, peace.
Peace.